The adventures of the extraordinary Dr. Ransom continue. Pitted against the most destructive of human weaknesses, temptation, the great man must battle evil on a new planet, Perelandra, when it is invaded by a dark force. Hello and welcome to Liam's Lyceum. I'm your host Liam, aka Hembar. Today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of C.S. Lewis's Perelandra. Perelandra is book 2 in the Space or Cosmic Trilogy by C.S. Lewis. It was released in 1943 and is of course a sequel to Out of the Silent Planet, which I have previously reviewed. This may have some spoilers for that first book, but I wouldn't be super worried, of course. So while Out of the Silent Planet was set largely on Mars, again, Earth is a silent planet, we have Perelandra, which is the name of Venus and is, of course, the setting for this book. I want to say that I found this one to be better and more entertaining than the first, and even more than the third book, to be honest, actually, since I have finished the third book as of recording this review. The exploration of a new world was very fun and very different than the first. It is just as fantastic, but this one just has a setting that is, as you can kind of see on the screen right now, is akin more to an Adam and Eve setting, where Dr. Ransom, it's not really Adam, but he's the guy that's present essentially, and then there is a Eve of Perelandra. And it's very interesting because this world is just so bizarre, and I think a lot of people think this is the weakest of it because it's less obviously, how do I say this? I think it's more adventurous, personally. It's less obviously, I don't know, very Christian, but it still obviously is. I mean, the concept of Adam and Eve is, rather Christian. It's also a lot of other religion things, but whatever. Definitely has those Christian themes, though, which, knowing going in is really nice. I personally enjoy them, and it's cool to see some very odd sci-fi that is so Christian, again, but alien. It's kind of the opposite of a dying Earth setting in this case as well, because it's like an Eden again, a new Eden, essentially, just a different one, kind of. This story is actually told by Lewis about Ransom, and so it starts off with Lewis talking. We do have some interesting stuff on like sex versus gender here as well, and in a lot of ways, to me, this sounds like an answer of a sort to David Lindsay's A Voyage to Arcturus, which came out in 1920. And I believe Lewis did read that novel, because they're both weird, but A Voyage to Arcturus is very much not really Christian. It's more of a lack in that Christian faith from the lost generation coming out of World War I. And so this is definitely Lewis's response. Of course, after Lewis found faith in Christianity, or in the Christian God, however you want to put it. So it is pretty cool, honestly. I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was very fantastic in just about all senses of that word, even. And I think Lewis does a really good job here, and I am now easily a fan of Lewis's fiction based off of this one, because this was, again, like I said, a lot more fantastic, a lot more exciting than the first book, and especially when it includes something like a sort of possession, which is very interesting and honestly actually kind of creepy at times. This one just felt like it was better written, a better story to be told, and just a more interesting story overall. So let me know if you've read this one. This one is, I believe, free on Audible, at least if you have Audible membership for the audiobook, of course. And I mean, it's quite old, so you can probably find a cheap copy somewhere, hopefully at least. But anyways, it's been Liam's Lyceum. I'll catch you next time.